Yesterday it was raining all day long. Today it's like an English summer's day, overcast and warm. And glad to say so we're going to get off on time and should have a super match. We look at the pitch. This pitch has been covered with tarpaulin since Friday evening. So it's had a lot of sweating with the tarpaulin covers. If we look at the pitch, it's kind of mottled colour. There's some grassy areas and dry. There's some browny areas, some greeny areas. See, here's the grassy areas. He's tried to cut this off. He took the covers off for half an hour yesterday just to try and cut the grass. You see, here's the cracks. I don't think that this pitch will be two-paced. I think it will be two-paced, rather. I don't think it'll be an even pace. If I get this key out, you'll see that there's a lot of moisture in this surface. Look here. That key's going right the way down. That's why England have won the toss and decided to field. They want to get the opportunity to get a few early wickets, make it difficult for the batsmen. It won't be quick. Look at this ball. It won't bounce a lot. I'm banging a new ball in. Remember, there's a new ball at each end. That ball will not bounce a lot. It's making cut marks, dints. It's not that solid. And I think all in all, England have been lucky to win the toss. It is a bit of good fortune, and they'll be damn glad that they are bowling first and not batting.
Quick check on the two lineups. Pakistan, well, they're keeping faith with their squad. Some of the batsmen in very good form. Raja scored a century, first time out. Sohail, the left-handed opener, scored 114 against Zimbabwe. And Javed Mianded, their captain, 57 against the West Indies, 89 against Zimbabwe. He's in top form. Their normal captain, Imran Khan, unfortunately injured and out. England, well, they make one change. This is obviously going to be a seamer's wicket. So captain Graham Gooch has dropped Phil Tufnell, and in comes the medium-fast Gladstone Small. Alan Lamb had a slight reaction to a hamstring in training, so he's kept out of the side. And a quick word on Chris Lewis also, the main strike bowler for England. Apparently he's now carrying an injury. There is some doubt as to whether he'll bowl. Well, those are the two teams.
Armour. Confident appeal.
My word, I think that was very close, and Peter McConnell had a good look there. And that ball just swung in very nicely to the left-handed Amar Sohail. Here we have it again. My word, that seemed back a long way, and I think the batsman might have been slightly fortunate there. But no doubt Peter McConnell thought he had the benefit of the doubt with it slipping down the leg side.
I think we'll see here this morning, Michael, some movement with this wicket, with the covers that have been on the wicket since Friday. The wicket would have sweated, so we could see some movement off the wicket this morning.
Yes, certainly. As Geoffrey Boycott pointed out in the pitch report, it is slightly damp now. I know Les Burdett was very happy with the wicket on Friday. He said it was nice and dry, but obviously having had the covers on for a day and a half, it's sweated and just made the surface a little damp.
Arm away for Pringle. No ball is called by umpire McConnell.
And again we see some very late movement off the wicket here from Derek Pringle. It seamed right back in. Here he is again. And that's tickled just behind square leg to Sohail. It's his first run. And that's the end of the over. And the score 3 for no wicket.
Out, and Ramirez is out. Well caught on that occasion. Playing away from the body, so England have made the breakthrough.
And here we go again. That bit of seam, a little bit of bounce, and Dermot Reeve takes a very good catch there at point. It's just bounced and, well, in fact, a symbol of his catches, actually. And Dermot Reeve there. High five there with Dermot. There he was caught by Dermot Reeve there off the bowling of Euphrates, and the score is 5 for 1. And here we go again, just seaming away, bouncing a bit, and there you can see a comfortable catch there for Dermot Reeve. A little bit of bounce, Simo, and there you can see a very simple catch there for Dermot Reeve, and that's the end of Ramiz Raja. Oh! My goodness me, very reminiscent of Headingley, where Graham Gooch flipped it up off his boot. The ball, first delivery from Philip de Freitas, seams away. It's knocked up, I think, by Ian Botham at second slip, and Alex Stewart reacted tremendously quickly to pick it up off the rebound. And it's a first ball duck there, it's bounced out of Boss' hands, and that's a tremendous effort there by Stewie there, who catches it off actually Graham Hick. And there goes Chumley walking off with Huck, the batsman, who's just what they call a golden duck. And here we have it's 1, 2 for 5. Gotta see who rules the world.
And the fight is wide down leg side. In fact, a wide call by Bucknor, charging in for the hat trick.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that the ball actually swinging in down the leg side, as opposed to the last ball that actually seamed and swung away. And here we see probably Daffy trying too hard and going way down the leg side, and a very good take there by Alex Stewart.
Michael, I don't think I've ever seen the ball move off the seam so far here at Adelaide as it is this morning.
And that's just dropped short of Graham Hick again. Philip de Freitas getting in the right place, the right shape, and I think possibly Yavid Mirdad's very good. He doesn't actually push at the ball very hard. He just leaves his hands nice and relaxed. He just doesn't actually push it. Takes his bottom hand off, and that's probably why it didn't carry there to Graham Hick at slip. Whereas Mr. Huck was pushing at it and it just carried there to slip. That one didn't. Mirdad at the moment scored 89 in the last innings. Played extremely well.
I think we're not getting quite the same movement off the seam as de Freitas, but bowling a very good line and length. Oh, that's useful delivery. Confident to field. Is he up? England first would have gone wild. But umpire Peter McConnell is unmoved.
Well, I'd like to see that one again. He got very, very close to it. An absolute magnificent delivery there from Derek Pringle. Bounced, left him. Well, I mean, the people behind the wicket were very, very confident, Ken, and I think he might well have got a faint one on that.
Alex Stewart very, very confident about that catch, the wicket. But umpire McConnell, you see in replays, not interested.
The ball jagging about quite a lot. Super shot.
A magnificent shot there. Me and Dad will look for 3, and we'll get 3 comfortably. Pringle just over pitching, and me and launching into a magnificent cover drive.
Yes, he's a class player, is Javid Mir. He's just looking for the ball to be slightly over pitched or giving a bit of width if it's short. And on the whole, the England bowlers don't give too many balls which are offline, and particularly on pitches like this. They get quite a lot of surfaces in English county cricket where they used to bowl in line and length, seam up.
It's well placed. Single to Sohail.
And it is very difficult, and I've no illusions as a batsman how difficult it is to score runs, especially with one new ball at each end.
And they've got a bit of bat on that, and that was magnificently fielded. And the covers look like Graham Hick out there.
Well, you won't see better cricket than this today. Good length ball, just a little touch of width by Philip de Freitas. Great off drive, wonderful stop, right-handed stop.
I reckon when they're up, they've got to go after them, and he did just that. Magnificent shot, and equally well fielded by Graham Hick. He's got that one away, and it falls short of the man down there at fine leg. Robin Smith down there. So it looks as though Sohail is really going to go after the bowling.
This just drifting down the leg side from pitching on, just helping it around and straight to the fielder. He's going to be careful there. Hit it a little bit harder, and he could hole out from what should be a good shot. You see that ball just pitching about 5 or 7 yards short of Robin Smith.
The man with the moustache, Jeff Merrill. And that is out. Reward for Pringle, who has bowled me and Dad, courtesy of an inside edge onto the stumps, and it's now 14 for 3.
Yes, this is pure frustration, really. No runs coming. The ball just a bit too close to me and Dad to cut. It came back. As I said, it's been mainly outswingers that Derek Pringle's been bowling. This time he just angled the ball in, much too close to cut. But really, it's the difficulty of scoring runs that caused the dismissal. Pakistan 14 for 3. Watch how close it is to the body. The ball just angling back, you see. Basically about off the middle stump by the time he tries to play the cut shot, which is much too close. Oh, a great delight for England, but I can assure you it is difficult batting against the new ball at each end, remember. One new ball at each end.
Through the vacant fourth slip area for a single, so Malik is off the mark. He's on 1, Sohail on 6, 17, loss of 3 wickets.
Nicely steered this, no gully. Just popped through in the air, it doesn't matter, the no fielders there. Just run it off, very cleverly. Yes, I was just saying you could try and ruffle the English medium pacers, ruffle their rhythm by just walking a step down the pitch. I feel sad for the Pakistani supporters.
It's not exactly a heat wave, Jeffrey, but must be some English supporters there. And they'll get 2 or 3 here. That's a good shot off his pads. In fact, it might even go. No, well fielded there. A very appreciative crowd.
Well, Neil Fairbrother chasing after this ball, one of the outstanding fielders. Probably one of the 4 best fielders in the England side. Watch this, that ball should have gone for 4, but he dives, gets his hand to it. So he's scored a run before he actually gets into bat.
Oh, a magnificent catch. A magnificent catch by Pringle. And slammed it back, and Pringle throwing himself to his right. It's a magnificent one-handed catch. You won't see better than that, Jeffrey.
No, you won't. Very difficult catch to take for a bowler following through. An absolutely top catch. Watch as he's following through, going off to his left. The ball is smacked back. He sticks the right hand out and he holds it. That's the main thing. He actually not just hits his hand, he holds it. Wonderful catch, Derek Pringle. One of the best.
It is 20 for 4.
Gladstone Small there, feeling at fine leg. I bet he's queuing up to get a ball.
The men out Ramiz for 1, Huck for 0, me and Dad for 3, Sohail for 9. That's a beautiful shot, and that could go all the way. Go all the way to the fence. Magnificent shot from Salim Malik. So the boundaries really have been at a premium.
Well, Philip de Freitas has tended to stray, pushing the odd one down the leg side. This one he just pushes onto the legs, not down, and it's clipped away quite nicely. Lovely timing. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just pierced the gap.
After an hour's play, shows you how difficult it has been for the batsman. And that's the second boundary.
Well, that was a cracking shot. Philip de Freitas erring very much, trying to overcompensate to make sure he didn't bowl it on Salim Malik's legs again. He got it too wide outside off stump and he's laid back and really hit into this. He's cracked it over the top of cover, deliberately played and placed.
It's a glorious shot into the cover, but there's a sweeper there, so only a single. But he got the name of Manos through having, not being rude to the gentleman, Michael, but having no neck.
I think it had something to do with chickens as well. And there's a shot again, a fine square drive through the offside. And Graham Gooch having the good sense to have a sweeper out there until perhaps Gladstone is nice and loose and ready to take advantage of these very good bowling conditions. That's a great catch by Alex Stewart off Gladstone Small's final delivery of his over. And Ejaz there is caught by Stewart, bowled Small. And the score is 32 for 5 here at the Adelaide Oval.
Well, this is wide by Gladstone Small, and Ejaz didn't really move his feet, but that was a shot to play. But sadly, he got the top edge, and Stewart, who's done a terrific job this morning, Michael, behind the stumps, takes a great catch. So Pakistan 32 for 5.
Wasim Akram is at the crease because of this. And Gladstone Small, short one outside the off stump. Ejaz gives it the kitchen sink, as they say, and only managed to get a thin edge on it, and Stewart takes the catch. It's Botham's second ball. And, Salim Malik looking for the quick single there, but Neil Fairbrother quickly in from mid-wicket and stopping the run.
Defensive shot by Akram, and Ian Botham has been a marvellous cricketer, and of course still is. But his performances both at the one-day level and of course the World Cup performances by Ian Botham have been outstanding. Been a very, very good cricketer for England, both with the bat and the ball. It's out, jacked it back on, and Ian Botham a very happy man as Akram looking to give himself some room outside the off stump, but an inside edge and back onto the stump. So what a morning it's been for England. Unbelievable. Ian Botham there, Mike, a very happy man.
Yes, it's another good delivery from Both. And here we go, it just bounces seams back into him, very similar to the dismissal of Yavid Miandad. And Both very, very happy indeed, as I'm sure his captain will be. And Pakistan here are 35 for 6 in the 19th over. And we've got Moin Khan at the crease, the Pakistan wicketkeeper, to receive his first ball. Moin Khan's profile there, you can see. Hasn't played a great deal, but he's aged 20, and he got his first chance against the West Indies in 1990. And it's edged away past gully down to third man, where Derek Pringle fields in his usual characteristic manner, bowls the ball back in to Alex Stewart. And there you have the scoreboard at this glorious Adelaide Oval, and what a lovely sight it must be for English cricketers, followers at home. Pringle, 8 overs, 2 for 8. Both, 1 for 3 off 2. Gladstone, 1 for 3 off 3. And De Freitas, 2 for 22. Now, if Daffy hadn't have gone for, I think, about 12 in his last over there, he too would have had something like 2 for 14 or so.
Well, it's a handsome shot through the covers by Malik. That's a great job. That might go all the way. In fact, it will. That's a beautiful shot through the covers. Very confident shot with that's small, just slightly over pitching, and Malik getting onto the front foot and thumping the ball through the mid-off area.
And this is a very good player, Salim Malik, using all his experience. Anything loose, he's hit away this morning. He's already hit a couple of 4s. And even on this wicket that's a good wicket to bowl on, Salim Malik has made use of anything just a little bit. Anything loose or anything, he's really crashed away to the boundary. And that's the end of Gladstone Small's over, and it's 41 for 6.
I think some of these Pakistani batsmen are very good players. It's not because of the poor quality of the batting. to surface, and the quality of the England bowling and the backing up of the fielding. Very, very athletic fielders in the England team.
Steered through the vacant slip area, or vacant third slip area. There's two slips in, first and second slip.
Ball just a touch wide, and the batsman taking the opportunity to get a bit of wood on it. Hope it flies wide, and indeed it flew wide of second slip. You need a slice of luck or two here. I don't think you're going to get runs unless you get a bit of luck on this surface. Oh, it could be out, could be out. Caught low down. He's waiting for the umpire. But he's given it, he's given it. It's another one to him, both of them. Lovely catch at slip. Beautiful low down catch. Couldn't be quite sure. The batsman waiting, quite rightly too. The umpire looking to square leg. Gets the nod of approval. Watch here.
This is a fabulous catch. Just getting the hands under it. And a very good catch indeed. Certainly carried. And Beefy was no doubt with him. It's 42 for 7.
Well, I think you had the confirmation from that angle from mid-wicket that the ball certainly carried, and you see in the slow motion here, both of them striking again, thick outside edge. The only doubt from the umpire at the bowler's end was, did it carry? On checking with the square leg umpire, as both of them did as well, and the new batsman in, Hyder.
Small to continue from the river end. Bowling to Hyder, who's on 1. Moon on 1. 43 for 7. And Geoffrey Boycott, I guess you mightn't like batting on this track, but you'd probably like to have a bowl.
Well, there's definitely, I wouldn't take my cap and sweater off to have a ball on here. It's anybody batting. I mean, watch this slow motion replay. Dermot Reeve slip, just getting his hands to that. But I think that was just out. I think it's a tight one, and I think he was right to wait with Salim Malik. I certainly would have waited. I don't think anybody could blame him for that.
Get 2 there. Good shot by Hyder, clipping it away through the mid-wicket area. So they're up with Canada now. 45 on the board. The loss of just 7.
Gee whiz, what a performance, Ashley. Up with Canada.
Yeah, well, England have got a bat yet.
Well, I don't think there's much difficulty here. Psychologically, it's different. When England have to bat in a good position, knowing they need a small total. I haven't finished off Pakistan yet. Gladstone small.
Although there's some threatening clouds about. It's very dull and overcast now. So it's both them to Hyder. Never run on the misfield. It's a maiden, 47 for 7. So Moan's on 2, facing small. And that is out. 8 for 47. Or as they say in England, 47 for 8, Geoffrey. A straightforward catch, and Small has struck again.
Yeah, good feel inside England, good catches. Hicks got good hands, Bolton's got good hands. This one flies, well, reasonably quickly, not too hard, but it just flies nice, comfortable height. Thank you very much to catch pigeons in those slips areas to the England players. Great delight for Gladstone Small in his first World Cup match. Pakistan 47 for 8.
Thanks, Charles. And there is a run there, another rare run, Pakistan. Mushtaq is on 1. He's the leg spinner. Pakistan line up. Probably not quite the wicket for leg spin, Jeffrey.
I think if the leg spin involves on this, somebody's going to launch themselves into his bowling.
Gladstone small. Oh, and a fly and a miss.
Well, the line was perfect here. Just outside off stump. This would have been a super delivery in the test match, never mind a one-day international. Right down that corridor of uncertainty, just outside the off stump, moving away a touch. That's too good for a tail ender, is that? Probably too good for a batsman.
There are the ominous clouds. And, certainly looks full of rain on a day where the wicket is certainly not full of runs. Botham. Again beating the bat to no avail. Graham Gooch will be a little bit worried about the cloud cover, and because if the rain does come, let's hope it doesn't, because England certainly deserves a victory in this match the way they've played so far. It'll be 1 point each. And that would be a travesty. A maiden, 48 for 8.
Well, that's a good over from Ian Bolton. These two Pakistani batsmen will be thinking about how they're going to hit Bolton for runs, how they're going to improve. Well, that's a total of 48, but he's a wily old campaigner these days. Reduced pace, definitely. That happens to everybody. You can't do what you did as you get older. When you were young, he had great pace as a youngster, but he has a good cricket brain. Swings the ball, seams it, knows what he's doing when he's got the ball in his hand.
Certainly his figures reflect that. Oh, that's a good shot, found the ground. And they'll look for 3. Gooch in pursuit. In fact, they might even look for 4 here. And that is very well run indeed. 4-all run. Hader smashing that one down the ground. He goes along to 8. And he's threatening to do the second highest score.
Yes, Graham Gooch making the mistake here of fielding mid-off or mid-on at the Adelaide Oval, because they are very, very long boundaries. Straight and very short cover to mid-wicket. That shot brought the 50 up, 51 to Pakistan.
Well, that's a great shot. It's a great shot. At least it'll be 2 runs. Didn't quite get it as he would have liked. I looked for 3. Pringle hasn't got a good arm, and they could have gone past for 3 there, but happy with 2.
And that's the last ball of the over, and the score is 56 for 8. 1.93. And Gladstone Small dropping a bit too short there, and it's pulled away. I think Gladstone in his 8th over now. 2 for 18. Sorry, 2 for 18, yes. And I think I was blamed a little bit for that, Ken.
About that reverse sweep, Michael?
Yeah, I think there was something to do with it, but we played so well up till then. And, yeah, we didn't play too well in the final. Perhaps Bert Fraser, very, very good fielder down there.
Tell me, Michael, if you had your time over again, would you have played the same shot, the reverse sweep?
I think they'll be doing what Ashley perhaps suggested. I think certainly if someone like Both comes in, I think he'll be trying to get England off to a very quick start, so we don't have too much of a problem. And that's a great catch again by Stewart. A lovely ball by Reeve, just seamed again. The batsman going for a big back-foot drive, and Stewart taking a fine catch there in front of first slip, and the banners are waving all around this Adelaide Oval. And it's 62 for 9, and here we see it again. And a big nick, and Stewart diving across there in front of first slip. Another very fine catch indeed.
Very, very happy man there, and unbelievable catch by Stewart. Pakistan 62 for 9, the 34th over.
Akib Javed, who plays for Hampshire. And there's the wicket, which enabled him to get there, and another very fine catch from Alex Stewart, diving to his right. Again, it's the end of the over, and it's 62 for 9 in the 34th over.
The umpire there, Steve Bucknor from the West Indies, having a joke with the boys. It's good to see the umpires and the players communicating, and you know all about communicating with umpires, Michael.
Yes, I had a little word or two, but the umpires over here, we had no trouble. They've been tremendous, and they've done a pretty good job, and it's always nice to see them having a...
Well, that's a handsome shot. That's through. Good shot by Mushtaq. Will it go all the way? I think it will just trickle into the fence. Yes.
We haven't seen too many of those this morning, Ken. A very fine off drive. I think probably the last one we saw was from Salim Malik. And you won't get a better shot than this from a tail ender. Nicely through. Jeffrey Boycott would like that. The old shoulder, the old front shoulder. Look at that. Yeah, I got my arm up there nice and high, and I've stroked it through the covers.
You're in danger here as we see Small to Mushtaq. Oh, a useful seed.
That's a great reply, that is, from Gladstone Small. Just a little bit more in that. A little leg cutter there from Gladstone Small. Seen coming down and just, bouncing and leaving the ball. What a very good reply.
Oh, he's picked the gap straight between first and second slip. And runs coming.
And that's 71 for 9 in the 37th over.
The epitome of economy. And that could be out. In fact, it is. Dermot-Reeve taking the catch, first slip. And Pringle has struck. That's Pakistan all out for 74. And Pringle 8.2 overs, 3 for 8.
Well, almost a textbook delivery was that. Just gentle, medium swing. Batsman playing at it, nicked it, not too quickly to slip, and Dermot-Reeve doing the business, just couching it comfortably, rolling over as he holds on to it. It was perfectly played to first slip. Superb performance by England. The pitch was helpful, no doubt about that. Lucky to win the toss, but they've taken that look by the scruff of the neck and given a thoroughly professional performance and getting a very good hand from the crowd here. Lots of English supporters, lots and lots of them. So they'll be pleased. Disappointment for Pakistan, but Graham Gooch and his team thrilled to bits with that performance as he goes to get his pads on.
Oh, it's a good delivery again. And cut him in half. Yes, Graham Gooch acknowledging that one. A little nod of acknowledgement. Well bowled.
Well, I quite enjoyed this delivery from up here, as I'm not batting. Look at it, cut him in half, over the top of off and middle. Probably lovely, everybody watching that, but it's not much fun playing it, I can tell you. Little wry smile from Graham there.
I say, well bowled.
He comes in, and that's surely a wide, and umpire Steve Buckner has no hesitation. And that's probably one of the wider balls we've seen. Having said that, Wasim obliged with one in his first over. This has got to be just as wide. Bit of swing, bit of seam. Graham Gooch would have done extremely well to get anywhere near that.
A good take by Mullen too, diving away to his in between first and second slip. Umpire Steve Bucknor there. Is that a wide again? Yes, it is. Well, England would be loving this. This is certainly easy runs. Akib very, very wide indeed. So this is not good pick-up from Pakistan, Mike.
No, but I think we can see there Graham Gooch, anything sort of up there, I think he's made up his mind that he's going to go after it. and he's going to try and get England off to that start that he needs. And again, we're having a field adjustment by me and Dad. He's moved somebody into sort of a silly square point. If we can...
He's lucky again he wasn't called another wide there. Very wide outside the off stump. Not a good over this by Akib at all. And you see it moving even further away. Runs here, there'll be at least two. The first runs for Graham Gooch through mid-wicket. So England 9 for no wicket. Tumbling down, that's the Sir Donald Bradman stand here at the Adelaide Oval, and you can see the rain now as the spectators huddle under the umbrella. A single to Ian Botham.
And I hope this isn't here to stay, Ken, because it'd be a bit of a shame if it was. With England only chasing a very, very small target. You see all those colourful umbrellas going up. Poor old cameraman up there. I'm sure he's going to get a little bit damp.
Michael, I would not like to be up there. Not up there.
And the umpire out on the pitch confirmed with the batsman, saying, well, shall we go off or not? And I think finally saying that we should go off. I have a funny feeling, though, Ken, that Graham Gooch was saying, no, we want to stay. But I'm sure Captain Javed Miandad, the Pakistan captain, was very, very keen to get off. There was a forecast of showers today, and we certainly have got one here. One hopes that it just will quickly clear and we can get back out. But I'm sure Graham Gooch was telling the umpires, well, I'm all right, mate, we'll have a bat. And Javed was saying, no, thanks, mate, we'd like to get off.
Yes, I'm sure that Graham Gooch would love to have stayed on, Michael. But, the rain is quite heavy and quite steady now. But and the cover's coming out at the Adelaide Oval.
An interesting form of cover there. They seem to roll onto a roller and roll off again, as compared to the conventional covers that you wheel on. It looks like they just have to unpeel them, and it's going to do enough, especially this wicket at the moment, for him to be very, very dangerous, providing he can get it in the right place.
Exactly right, I agree with you. You see, he really is charging in, Akram here, and as a consequence losing his line and length. And as you quite rightly said, Mike, the wicket itself was doing enough. If you can just find the right line and length, then I think he would be almost impossible. But there you see Javed putting some sawdust in the bowling marks there.
Yeah, the little shower we had has obviously caused the surface to get a little bit slippery, and we've still got a little bit of slight drizzle out there at the moment. It's not very heavy, but it's obviously causing Wasim a little bit of a problem.
That's a good delivery. That's about a one-bowl sneaker single here. And that's good cricket by Ian Botham. Had that hit, he may have been out, but that's what's got to happen. Good running.
Miandad, the fielder there. Miandad is very quick. And he tried a sly little kick there onto the wickets. He's after it there, and a little bit of a side foot. The umpire trying to get out the way, and well, that might well have been very close. Nearly found the target. And it's actually sometimes a little bit restrictive when you're batting with all that stuff on. And it's something that some people like wearing and some don't.
He's out.
Oh, and Graham Gooch has been given out by Peter McConnell. I don't think Graham Gooch is really happy about that. And England have lost their first wicket. And Graham looked very despondently walking away there. You see it here in the replay. What do you think, Ken?
Not within a bull's roar.
He wasn't anywhere near that at all, and unfortunately for England, a very dejected Graham Gooch makes his way slowly back to the pavilion. And Ian Botham not very happy about it either by the looks of it. And England are 14 for 1.
A rain delay during the lunch interval, and in fact no play was possible for nearly 3 hours. The match was shortened. Of course, you have to get to at least 15 overs before a result can be recorded. So here's Geoffrey Boycott to explain all the permutations.
They can't afford to hang around because, not just because they need to get the total, but it just might rain again. We're working out exactly how many runs are needed and which bowlers can bowl. As you can imagine, there's just a touch of panic at the moment. Pakistan want to know who can bowl. England want to know exactly how many runs they need. We're told the target is 64, so England need 47 more runs from 10 overs. That's what we're told. Target is 64. The opening bowlers have already bowled 3 overs each. That's Wasim Akram, the fast bowler who plays for Lancashire. He's already bowled 3. Akib Javed, who played for Hampshire in the county championship, he's bowled 3 overs. So one of those could bowl 1 more over, but one of them can't bowl at all again. So it looks to me as if it's going to be a little bit of panic, a little bit of slow motion from Pakistan. I suppose one can understand that, but I think it's up to the umpires, the 2 men there, to get a grip of things and say, listen, we've made a decision, let's get on with the game. We started now, whether you like it or not. This is where I believe that firm umpiring should count. Peter McConnell, Australia, should get a hold of the game and say, let's get on with it. Steve Buckner, the West Indian umpire, too. They've decided that play will commence, and here we go. Ian Bolton's off the mark again. First ball.
The Pakistani fielders very keen to get off, but Peter McConnell has done exactly what Geoffrey Boycott said he should do. He's asserted his authority, and I think they're going to try and get through these 9 overs.
David Meander, captain, organising his field. Robin Smith to face.
Unfortunately, looks like it might well have filled in. You can see the rain there in the background. And there's a quick single there, taken. Smithy will have to hurry. And gets in just at the non-striker's end.
Good cricket this by England. Call by Ian Bolton, who made the run. The ball hit in the hip. Bolton made the run, call very quickly. Yes, it was touch and go, but I think this is the chance, the sort of cricket they've got to play. They've got to look to score at least a run a ball, and I say at least. And anything they can get back on, England have got to whack it.
Geoffrey, this must be like the Bradford League, because it really is looking very wet out there at the moment. And Both takes a mighty swipe at that one. And he really is going for it. I think Both is trying to take advantage of the fact that they're still out there and trying to get it in 1 ball here.
Well, I certainly think the idea is right, but you've certainly got to look and get these runs as quick as you can. A bit of scientific hitting. Big areas at mid-wicket that are open if you get some back onto the ball. Great shot, wonderful square drive. Robin Smith, just a touch of width in his favourite area. That ball sped across the wet outfield.
I'm not quite sure what Ijaz Ahmed is doing bowling, but you certainly can't bowl there at Robin Smith, and with the fact that they have to have 2 fielders pretty close, this is a super shot. Look at that bit of width, and that man plays a shot no better than him.
Yes, I must confess, I think this is what England should do, is play sensible shots, not just slogging indiscriminately. Ball's not there to hit to the boundary, and take a single, get something. Single here, after motor. Oh, wonderful feeling. Great backing up, England 24 for 1. Well, there the umpires just conferring again about this light drizzle. Should we stay on? Should we go off? The Pakistani team are encouraging them. They all tend to drift towards the middle of the pitch and towards the dressing room. Yeah, me and Dad would like to run to the dressing room.
Well, as we said earlier, Jeffrey, they've sort of created a bit of a precedent here by staying on in the weather. The weather's no worse now than when they bowled the first over, and they really must think long and hard about it.
Are they going off? Well, they finally decided to go off. But a lot of deliberation did that. My goodness me. Took a long time. Great disappointment for England. You see the smile on the Pakistani's face. They're delighted they get a point out of this match. A point that they couldn't at any